He had given up on life long ago, until one stormy night changed everything. When Officer Collins rushed into the clinic carrying a wounded German shepherd, the vet, Dr. Hayes, was ready to do what he'd done too many times before: end the suffering. But as he lifted the syringe, the dog lifted his paw. Just one trembling touch stopped everything. Those tear-filled eyes didn't plead for mercy. They asked for faith. And in that silent moment, a man who had lost his heart found it again, in the most unexpected place, beneath the paw of a dying dog. The rain whispered against the tin roof of a small veterinary clinic in rural Oregon. Inside, Dr. Daniel Hayes, once known as the healer of the town, moved like a ghost through the dim light. 2 years had passed since the fire that stole his wife, and with her went his laughter, his warmth, his reason to care. He worked every day, healed every creature that came to him, but inside, he was a hollow man, pretending to live. That evening, just as he turned off the clinic lights, the door burst open. Officer Amy Collins, a young policewoman with tired eyes but a steady heart, rushed in carrying a limp German shepherd puppy covered in mud and rainwater. "Dr. Hayes, he's barely breathing. Found him by the highway. The driver didn't make it." Daniel took the puppy without a word. He examined it. Shattered leg, deep cuts, blood pooling beneath matted fur. His voice came low, flat. "He won't survive. It's kinder to let him go." He filled the syringe with practiced calm, but when he approached, a trembling paw pressed against his wrist. The puppy's eyes, brown, glassy but alive, stared into his soul. Daniel froze. For the first time in years, he felt something break inside. A flash, his wife's hand reaching through the smoke, her final words echoing. "Don't give up, Danny." He dropped the syringe. "Not this time," he whispered. Amy's breath caught. "What are you doing?" "Saving what's left of me," he murmured, his voice shaking. The next days blurred into one long vigil. Daniel barely slept. He stitched wounds, changed bandages, whispered encouragement through the night. Sometimes he caught himself talking to the dog as if it could understand, about the fire, the silence afterward, the unbearable loneliness. In those quiet hours, the clinic became less a workplace and more a confession booth. When the puppy finally opened its eyes and gave a faint, broken bark, Daniel felt his chest tighten. Not with pain, but something dangerously close to hope. "You made it," he said softly. then maybe I can, too. He named the dog Hope. Hope's recovery was slow. Each step on his 3 good legs was a battle. But every time he fell, he looked up at Daniel, tail twitching, asking silently, "Will you keep fighting with me?" And Daniel always did. Word spread through the small Oregon town about the vet who refused to give up on a dying dog. Strangers began visiting, bringing injured animals and quiet gratitude. Daniel's clinic filled with life again, barking, meowing, laughter, and the smell of warm bread from Amy's visits after her patrols. Then, one winter night, the world tested him again. A fire broke out in an abandoned shed behind the clinic. Through the smoke, Daniel heard faint whimpers, another puppy trapped inside. He rushed forward, coughing, shouting for help, but the flames were too fierce. He stumbled, nearly falling, until Hope darted past him into the inferno. "Hope! No!" Daniel clawed his way forward, eyes stinging. Seconds stretched into eternity. Then a shadow emerged. Hope, dragging the small puppy by its scruff, flames licking at his fur. Daniel caught them both, falling to his knees in the snow, sobbing. Hope's body trembled violently, his breathing slowed. "Don't you dare leave me," Daniel whispered, holding him close. "I already lost one soul to the fire. I won't lose another." The night passed in agony. Daniel sat beside Hope, his hand resting on the dog's chest, praying without words. As dawn broke, Hope stirred. He lifted his head, licked Daniel's hand once, weak but alive. Daniel laughed and cried all at once. "That's my boy," he whispered. A year later, the clinic bore a new name, Hope's Haven, a place for second chances. Its walls were lined with photos of rescued animals, and in the center hung a picture of Daniel sitting beside Hope, both staring into the misty Oregon hills. Children came to learn about compassion. Townsfolk brought their pets, not just for healing, but for comfort. Daniel's voice, once hoarse with grief, grew gentle again. When people asked him why he renamed the clinic, he would smile and say, "Because one broken creature taught me that even when life burns everything to the ground, something beautiful can still rise from the ashes." But on quiet evenings, when the last visitor left and the lights dimmed, Daniel sometimes sat by the window with Hope at his side. In the distance, a faint cry of another stray would echo through the wind. Daniel would close his eyes, whisper, "Sounds like someone else needs saving," and Hope's ears would twitch, as if waiting for his next mission. No one ever knew if they truly heard a cry, or if it was simply life, reminding them both that redemption is never really finished. Sometimes the hand that saves us isn't human at all. It's the paw that reminds us what love can rebuild. No fire, no loss, no darkness can silence hope when it decides to live again. This story isn't just about rescue. It's about rebirth. Did Hope's Haven touch your heart? Leave a like, share your thoughts below, and subscribe or follow for more stories that remind us. Even broken hearts can heal when they choose to love again.